ஒரு முறையும் அந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை இணைந்து நடத்துறது பல்வேறு கல்லூரிகள் முன் வந்திருக்கிறது. இன்றைய தினம்
also doing the center related activity on coastal cleanup like that. So actually we all know that trees, parks and urban forests, they are essential to cities, and trees are vital for cities because they cool hot streets, clean the air and bring the, as Thangaraj sir mentioned, bring rain, provide shade and lower the energy use and help people feel calm and healthy. And most importantly, trees absorb carbon dioxide from the air, thereby mitigating the impact of climate-induced the heat stress. So I wholeheartedly thank Thangaraj sir for arranging this nice webinar, and also our sincere thanks to Dr. Stephen sir for delivering the important lecture on native trees for climate resilient cities. Thank you all for joining this webinar. Now I request, I call Stephen sir to deliver the lecture. Thank you.
Before that, is it audible to everyone? Sir, message போடுறாங்க ஆடியோ சரியா இல்லன்னு.
நான் பேசுறதா?
இல்ல எனக்கு கேக்குது மேடம், யாரும் மெசேஜ் போடுறாங்க.
எனக்கும் கேக்குது சார், இட்ஸ் கிளியர்.
அப்படியா?
சரி சார், நான் ஹோப் செக் பண்ணிட்டேன், கிளியரா இருக்கு. அவங்க ரீகனெக்ட் பண்ணா கரெக்ட்டா இருக்கும் சார்.
ஓகே ஓகே சார், ப்ளீஸ் ஸ்டீவன் சார் கேன் கண்டினியூ ப்ளீஸ்.
Thank you sir, thank you. I'll just share my window sir. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So good evening, one and all present in this gathering. So today is Independence Day. So I just wanted to start with this particular video. This video, can you see this video?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I just wanted to start with this particular note because this is appeared in our today's Times of India. This Independence Day, Bengaluru say no to balloons. Okay, so I just wanted to start my presentation with this particular small news clipping. So how this particular thing is important for this particular seminar or this particular webinar is because see, most of the time we are just seeing that the plants or the environmental related activities, but we are just forgetting what we are doing in regular. Regularly, in many occasions, we are doing this kind of things, especially the balloons and other material. But these materials are it's a problematic for wildlife and many other things. So with this particular note, I just wanted to start. And also this today's is a very auspicious day because the entire week, the 7th to 15th, is considered as a National Climate Change Week by Young India's. And Young India's motto is "We can and we will." And their first and foremost thing is the plant trees. Because if you just take this particular thing, the climate change, whenever they are talking about this climate change, they are concentrating about this particular climate change with reference to the planting trees, or reducing the waste, or recycle responsibly, or save water, all those things. So in my presentation, I just wanted to cover all these things. So I just start my presentation with thanking some of these people, and especially Thangaraj sir. Arivukkan is doing wonderful things. Especially they are doing student scientist meet and nature walks and bird watch. When I was there in Chennai, I was part and parcel of this nature walks and bird watching and trekking and other aspects. And if any of you need any of these kind of things, you can reach out with any one of us, or you can reach out Thangaraj sir on the numbers shown on the screen. And also I would like to thank another important partner for this particular webinar, the Institute for Ocean Management. I also would like to thank Krishnaveni ma'am, the director for this particular Institute for Ocean Management, and also the EIACP PC resource partner, because they are doing, actually I saw all their things. I was associated with this Institute for Ocean Management, especially the Green Skill Development Program. Previously, I was doing the biodiversity register for Anna University, so I was part and parcel of this particular thing. So I would like to thank Krishnaveni ma'am and other team members of the EIACP for their wonderful organization of this particular webinar. And also, I just wanted to tell, because this most of the time the webinars are not so effective, because usually we walk and talk, we dance, because the body language will convey most of the things. But after this COVID, we are just sit and talk. I just make sure that within this 30-35 minutes or the 40 minutes, more interactive, more interesting. My presentation will be in English, but I can answer in both Tamil, English, or any other language, whatever you are telling. You are the Kannada or any other language you prefer. I can answer your questions, but pardon me, I will just go the presentation with the English. And I strongly believe that we cannot teach anybody anything. You can only help them to understand what is there already. So this is a famous word by Galileo. So I just also believe in this. So whatever you know, I just rekindle so that you can do wonderful things in the days come. And I just want you to reflect. You are waking up and you are seeing wherever you are. Many people are joined from various cities, whether it is a Bangalore, Chennai, or any other cities. Just imagine if you are waking up and you are seeing no trees, nothing. Only without trees you are seeing your city. Okay, so I just wanted to understand the larger picture of this particular webinar, because our cities are expanding rapidly, and rapidly in the sense the first thing in the name of development, the trees are disappearing or it is replaced by the concrete jungle. Okay, so the entire presentation, I just wanted to understand what is the problem what we are facing, especially the tree decline in the global level, and also the growing population and increasing the urbanization. Every city we wanted to make it an urban area. So when we lose a tree, we don't simply lose not only the tree. Actually, we are lose the shade, habitat, and the carbon storage, and the local ecological network. So many other things we are just losing. And also, how many trees we are just planting, and how many trees are capable of creating such kind of urban ecosystem, what really we need. That is very, very important question. And when we see, I've just put two cities because I'm so closely related with these two cities, especially the Bangalore and Chennai. This is the picture of Bangalore taken from the UBCT, one of the very iconic building. You can see the entire city is full of concrete jungles. Okay, actually, the city is called as Garden City of India. Okay, many people used to come to Bangalore for seeing their trees, their nature, their beautiful gardens. Okay, but today the Garden City faces a very different challenge because we are trying to accommodate roads, buildings, vehicles, and in whole of India, the slowest moving traffic is from Bangalore. Okay, so that is the thing. And we say that tree says that it needs space, but we also say that we need more space. So there is a conflict between the trees as well as the human beings. And this is the another, we just look into the Chennai. Okay, this is a part of Chennai viewed from St. Thomas Mount. From the St. Thomas Mount, we just viewed this particular thing. Okay, so again, if you just see the Chennai also is expanding exponentially, and we are just creating lot of buildings. This is not only with respect to the Bangalore or Chennai. If you just take any city, any of the city in India, if you just take Madurai, Tanjavur, or any city, if you just take, this is the case. We are just losing all our trees, our green cover. We are just building a lot of concrete jungles. So that is a one thing we need to understand. So I just wanted to ask one terrible question. Okay, so already said, I wanted to make it more interactive. Okay, if you are planted a tree, you just put one emoji so that I know how many people have planted a tree in your lifetime in the thing. Okay, I can see 1, 2, good, 3, 4, good. Okay, 5, 6, 7. Okay, almost all of you have planted tree. Okay, the next question is a very important question. Okay, now who has planted one and visited it after 5 years? So now I'll see how many people have done this particular thing. You have planted a tree, but after 5 years. Okay, only 1. Okay, 2, 3. Okay, initially there are several hands are raised, but now it is little reduced. Okay. Yes. Many people are again putting. Okay. So in this context, I just wanted to tell you, many people, we are planting the trees, but we never look what this particular tree does, whether it is serving the purpose or not. We just think. Okay. So planting is easy actually, but growing is very, very difficult, because anyone can plant a tree, but it's not possible to everyone to water it, protect it, and stay with that throughout every season, because that is a very, very important challenge what we are facing. So that is a very, very important background for this particular presentation. And let me ask one more question. What is the oldest technology on this earth? Can you just type it in the chat box? Can you type it? What is the oldest technology?
For what, sir? Oldest
Anything,
technology.
any technology, oldest technology. Anything. Whatever you are thinking, you just put it. Photography, good. Photography is the oldest technology. Okay, one person is telling. Fermentation, agriculture, good. Photosynthesis, okay, good. The oldest technology is a tree. Okay, it's not the photosynthesis alone. The tree is doing not only the photosynthesis, it does many other things. Okay, it produces enormous amount of oxygen. If you just take the tree, one tree, it captures enormous amount of carbon dioxide, and also it produces enormous amount of oxygen, and it is there. The trees are there on this earth more than 370 plus million years before it is existed on this earth. See, modern technology, whatever we are just telling, whether it is your motors, engines, all these things, it requires energy. But only one technology, the trees are providing the energy. So that is a very important thing what we have to understand when we are studying about this particular thing. And why trees are matter? Because it provides oxygen. It also provides water, because in this context only, I just wanted to tell, because the 15 days back, our esteemed resource person, that KV Balasubramaniam sir, he told that the trees are not responsible for the rains. But if you just take the South India, especially in the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, the total water or the precipitation or the rainfall is because of the trees or the forest. So without that forest or the trees, we will not get any of the rivers, whether it is Kaveri, whether it is Tamrabarni, whether it is any of the South Indian rivers. It is mainly because of the forest. If forest is not there, then there is no river. Okay, so that part we need to understand why trees are really matter, because, and it is also defining the climate of that particular area, and it is also giving the enormous biodiversity what we are having, because the native tree is not just a tree, but it supports all the biodiversity which is found in that particular area, and it is also giving the mental health, and also economic also is there. Then the planet's green infrastructure, if you just take, there are 3 trillion trees are there, and they are storing lot of carbon on this particular earth, and it cleans the air, it cleans water, it gives the stable climate, and it is strong economies. It provides all these things, that 3 trillion trees what we are having on this earth. And if we just take the planet's green infrastructure, then we are losing this particular important resource, especially 46% we already lost in the name of deforestation, in the name of development. Okay, so that is, we have to think about this particular thing. Forests aren't just trees, they are life, and let's protect what protects us, because it is not we are planting tree for sake of planting tree. It is, we are protecting ourselves from various other things. So that is very, very important. So I just told 46% and 3 trillion trees and 1.46 billion India's population. And this population is sustained because of the trees what we are having. And which trees we should be plant. Okay, so the single decision determines the future of biodiversity. Whatever the biodiversity what we are thinking, that determined because of what trees we are taking. There are two lessons or the cities I have just taken. One is the Chennai as well as the Bengaluru. We'll see what we have to understand by these two cities. Okay, we understand one important thing. Let's play a little bit of game or kind of interactive things. Just assume that, okay, will I survive? If I go to Antarctica, will I survive? Can you see the thing? Can you scan this QR code? The participants, can you scan this QR code, or if you are joining in your mobile phone, can you go to this website? If I go to Antarctica, whether I will survive? Will I survive? Any idea? Participants, are you awake?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you scan and can you do this one? There are 30 people are there. Okay. If it is not possible, no. You can write it in the message itself. So I will survive with heaters or special clothes or some imported foods, or constant care is needed. Okay, is it true? Yes, it is true, because we cannot survive in Antarctica because we are used to be a tropical species. But if you go to the Antarctica, that is a very polar region and it is a temperate region, we can survive, but with a lot of efforts. So that is very, very important. Okay, so I just taken this one. Okay. So now imagine a penguin coming to Bangalore or any cities you are joining. Same problem. Okay, you cannot support a species which is not native to that particular region. So in this context, I just wanted to tell you what is this native trees or what is the exotic trees. So the native trees are like a citizens of that particular land. So they are adapted to the self-sustaining and they are evolved with the local climate and soils, and it needs very less or extra care. Okay, there is no need of extra care for these trees. And when it comes to the water economy, it requires less water once it is established in that particular native region, and it is also supports more life, and it is ecologically safe. If you just take Chennai, if you just know the Purasai, anybody knows the Purasai? Audience?
Yeah, the
Yes,
name
sir,
is
we know. Yes, I know, sir.
Okay. Why this name Purasai came? Any idea?
No, sir.
Okay. There are trees, the Purasu Marangal. Okay. And the Marangal anga irundadanaala dhaan and the ஊருக்கு வந்து புரசை வாக்கம் அப்படினு பேர். Okay. There is the Purasu Marangal. Okay. That is why it is called as Purasai Vakam. Okay. And this particular species, if you just take, it will be controlled by the various species which are growing in that particular thing. It cannot overgrown in that particular area because the seeds will be eaten by the parakeets. கிளிகள் சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, அந்த கிளிகள் வந்து அந்த சீடை வந்து போய் சாப்பிட்ரும். அதனால அது வந்து நிறைய இடத்துல வராது. அது எந்த இடத்துல நேட்டிவோ, wherever it is native, in that particular place only it can grow. So ecologically it will be very safe. Okay, low risk of becoming the invasive. It will not penetrate, it will not go into the forest very easily. So it maintains the ecological balance of a particular ecosystem wherever it grows. On the other hand, if you just take the exotic trees, the beautiful trees, tabibia or any other things, the trumpet flower or other things, if you just say there is a high maintenance we need to provide, and the water demanding, for example, eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is originally coming from the Australia. Okay, so Australian deserts and other area it grows. So when it comes to our area, it takes lot of water. Okay, in the dry condition it takes lot of water and it supports less life. If you just see any of the eucalyptus or the acacia mangium or acacia related trees, if you just see very less biodiversity you will see. And there is a lot of invasion. Now invasion is also happening. For example, that Singapore cherry, how many of you know this Singapore cherry? If you just walk any of these waterways, you will see that particular plant because that is spread by bats. So these exotic trees can aggressively spread. One of the very important thing is lantana. Lantana is also coming from the tropical American region. So that is spreading across the areas where it is not needed. So it also displays the native species. So that is a very important thing when it comes to the native and the exotic trees. So I just summarize this particular thing, native trees and the exotic trees. And what is the advantage of this native trees? It is also enhance the local biodiversity by up to 30% because of the co-evolution. Okay, and there are 7 simple actions to help birds. One of the very important thing is plant native trees. So that is a very, very important thing. If you are really a ornithologist or a bird lover, if you want to protect the birds, you just plant the trees which are native to that particular region. And also the ecosystem services, if you just take, it provides 50% more benefits than the exotic trees. So it provides clean air, water retention, all these things. This is what the flame of the forest, a native species which are found in the Indian forest, Butia monosperma, which was extensively found in the regions, especially in the cities. But if you want to find it now, only in Tolkapir, Punga and other places you can find this Butia monosperma. Otherwise, you will not find this species very predominantly in the cities. So we have just forgotten this particular native species. And on the other hand, garden city, if you just see the sacred spaces, 69% of the species in religious sites are native and acting as a crucial biodiversity space. The Kovil Kadugal அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். அந்த கோவில் காடுகள்ல இருக்கிற மரங்கள் வந்து மோஸ்ட்லி வந்து அங்க இருக்கிற மரங்களே வந்து அங்க இருக்கும். மண்ணுக்கேத்த மரங்கள் அங்க இருக்கும். So that sacred spaces are the sanctuary for this native species. And the government initiative is also very important, very crucial. And BBMP commits to planting 1 lakh native saplings annually around lakes and parks. And the exotic appeal, okay, if you just take the ornamental exotics like tabibia, gulmogar, all these things, they are popular for their beauty, but they are lacking in their ecological benefits. So that is a very important thing. And when it comes to the Chennai, there is a coastal vulnerability is there because IOM is conducting this particular webinar. I just wanted to touch the coastal vulnerability. 70% of the exotic dominance, we can find it in the coastal cities. And 75% are storm casualties happening in this particular region. So trees are lost during the cyclones, especially the Varda and other things, because they will have the shallow rooted species. So they will be easily uprooted very often when it is hit by any of these cyclones or salt sprays or high winds. So these exotic species vulnerable when it is growing in this particular coastal regions. And if you just compare these two cities, climate risk is there. In Bengaluru, drought region, whereas in Chennai and other coastal cities, the cyclones, a high amount of cyclones, And the native presence, 69% of the sacred spaces are there in the Bangalore. In Chennai, 30% overall heritage tree protection because of the efforts of heritage tree protection. And the main challenge, if you just take these two cities, water stress and the rapid urbanization, it is not only for this Bangalore and Chennai, it is almost all cities are like that only. Then storms damage and the coastal conditions, what we are finding in the Chennai. And success stories, when we wanted to tell, the Tamil Nadu government is now stop planting the exotic conocarpus trees. Okay, this is a news clipping just put in front of you. And in Bangalore, over 25,000 trees already planted, but they wanted to cut and remove that particular plant. So citizen mapping initiatives are happening in some of these cities, so that documents the native tree distributions and raising awareness. So that is the one important thing what we wanted to have in this particular platform. So please be aware what we are planting. And when it comes to the roadmap for the resilient cities, the native nurseries we have to increase, and the site assessment we have to assess. So ecological evolutions we have to do. Then before planting, consider soil, drainage, and the climate exposure. And the community engagement also very, very important. So that is Arivukkan and IOM is excellently doing on their part. So when we are planting for tomorrow, we have to plant the trees which are environmentally resilient. The cultural connectivity also should be there, and the economic wisdom also should be there on the plants. I'm just wanted to tell you, I'm writing a book on this particular thing, plans for avenues and urban forestry. Hopefully this year end it will be published. So what are the native trees we can use it? Okay, there are 165 trees we have just listed. In that, I've just taken few trees for your understanding. Okay, the Creta adansoniae, which is called as Mavalingam. Mavalingam can be used. Then the Cochlospermum religiosum, that is your Aracinaburge or the Kungilabu. The Hibiscus teleaceus. This is another important plant. This is this plant. Okay, Hibiscus teleaceus. You know the mangroves, you know very well. Okay. Can you see the?
Yes, sir. The trees are visible, sir. Yeah, flowers are also visible. Yes, sir.
Flowers. Okay. Can you see this one? Okay. This is an Hibiscus teleaceus. Okay. This particular species is a non-core mangrove species. Okay. You know the.
பூவரசு மரம்.
இது பூவரசு மரம் இல்ல மேம், பூவரசு மரம் பக்கத்துல இருக்குது, அதே மாதிரிதான் இருக்கும் இது.
கொன்றை மரம், கொன்றை.
இது வந்து என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, இது சரக்கொன்றை இல்ல, இதுக்கு பேர் வந்து நீர் பருத்தி அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. ஆத்து பூவரசுன்னு சொல்றாங்க. இது ஆத்தோரத்துல படுகை நீர் எல்லாம் இது இருக்கும். இந்த ஹைபிஸ்கஸ் டீலியேஷியஸ் மால்வேசி ஃபேமிலி தான், நீங்க அந்த பருத்தி ஃபேமிலி தான், காட்டன் ஃபேமிலி, பட் இட் க்ரோஸ் இன் த ரிவர் அண்ட் அதர் பிளேசஸ். So this is a very excellent species we can grow in almost all places. And Cassia fistula, and you know the Sarakondre and other species. Okay, so all these species we need to think over and we have to plant it. So native species are very important. Okay, so Asadira India neem we can plant it there too, because in India it is very best known species, 3 species. It is a fast growing species, evergreen, water resistant. Cassia fistula, if you just take the Sarakondre, it gives the bright yellow flowers, highly attractive and beautiful species. And the Ficus racemosa, the Atti, okay, Attiyum வந்து ரொம்ப நல்ல species to plant it. Okay, it's an evergreen species. And Ficus bengalensis, ஆலமரம். Okay, but ஆலமரம் நம்ம ரோடோட வித்தை பொறுத்து நம்ம பிளான்ட் பண்ணணும். ஸோ So road வந்து ரொம்ப சின்னதா இருந்தது அப்படின்னு சொன்னா we cannot plant alamaram and other things. The Ficus religiosa or Ficus species, and other species we can, Mangifera indica we can plant it, mango tree we can plant it in many places. So I just wanted to finish this presentation with one important thing, because we are thinking globally, but we have failed to act locally. What is present in your local vegetation? First, you need to understand what is the local vegetation, connect with the local botanist or a local environmentalist, connect with them, then you plant trees. Then it will be easy for you to change the entire global, because the climate change is global, but biodiversity loss is also global. Urbanization is also global. But tree, what we are choosing, that is outside our house or our home or our road or our community, that determines this global problems. And the final message I just wanted to tell you, what is beautiful, it's not important. If you just understand this particular thing, it will be nice. Whatever you are just taking from this particular presentation, don't choose a tree just because your neighbor has one, or இது ரொம்ப அழகா இருக்கு, ரொம்ப நல்லதா இருக்கு. So what is important for that particular place, what is right tree, right place and right purpose, that will be doing this particular thing. So with that, I just wanted to close my presentation. I just want to thank once again Thangaraj sir and other team members, also the Professor Dr. Krishnaveni ma'am, Director and EIACP coordinator, and all the other people who are involved in this particular webinar series. The session is open for questions. You can ask any questions.
யாராவது சாரோட டவுட் ஏதாவது கேட்கணும்னா இப்போ raise and ask the question.
Yeah, you can ask in any language.
சார் வணக்கம் சார்.
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
ரொம்ப அருமையான பிரசன்டேஷன் கேட்டுட்டு இருந்தேன். ஜெரால்டு ஃப்ரம் கரூர்.
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
சார் கேக்குதா சார்?
சொல்லுங்க சார், கேக்குது.
கேக்குதா சார்? அந்த நீங்க புரச மரம்னு சொன்னீங்கல்ல, புரசை வாக்கம்.
எஸ் சார்.
அந்த புரச மரம் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா சார், நீங்க வந்து எண்டமிக் ஏரியா, அதாவது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம கரூர்ல இருக்க நானு, இதுல ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் பிளேஸ்ல தான் வந்து அந்த மரம் நிறைய இருக்கு. அதுல இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த சீட்ஸ் வந்து அந்த தேவாங்க வந்து நிறைய சாப்பிடுது. நானே பார்த்துருக்கிறேன். அந்த நிறைய சீட்ஸ் நிறைய சாப்பிட்டதுனாலதான் அது வந்து இங்க அதிகமா இருக்கு. குறிப்பா வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அய்யலூர், திண்டுக்கல், கரூர், இந்த 3 இடத்துலயும் நிறைய ஸ்பீசிஸ் வந்து தேவாங்கு கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 3000 இருக்கு. நீங்க சொன்ன கருத்தை நான் வந்து வழிமொழிகிறேன். ஆனா அந்த புரச மரம் நாட் ஒன்லி சென்னையில மட்டும் இல்ல, இங்க நிறைய இருக்கு சார். அந்த புரச மரத்துல நிறைய வுட்டன்.
ஆமா, சென்னை எதுக்கு நான் சொன்னேன்னா, அங்க one place itself is called as புரசை வாக்கம்.
ஆமா, பிளேஸ் காரணம். ரைட், ஓகே.
So if you go now, you will not see one tree there. That is the problem. ஒரு ட்ரீ கூட கிடையாது, ஒரு மரம் கூட கிடையாது
இங்க புரசை வாக்கத்துல.
புரசை வாக்கம். எஸ்,
சரி, thank you.
As you said, it is a downright jungle only, sir. Now the Purusha Vakam is.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
nicely presented, sir. அந்த ஒரே ஒரு டவுட் கேட்கணும்னு நினைச்சேன். அந்த நாங்க மாலத்தீவு போயிருந்தப்போ பாத்தீங்கன்னா கடற்கரை ஒட்டி நிறைய மரங்கள், பூவரசு மரம், நிறைய அந்த மரங்கள் வந்து இருக்குது. பட் நம்மளுடைய கோஸ்டல்ல அந்த அளவுக்கு இல்ல. அது ரீசன், அது வந்து ஸ்டெப் எடுக்கலையா இல்லைன்னா வாட் இஸ் த ரீசன்?
இல்ல, நம்ம கோஸ்ட் வந்து இது வந்து ஹிஸ்டாரிக்கலி இட்ஸ் நாட், இட்ஸ் a detached coast, மேம். நம்மளுது நம்ம கோஸ்ட் வந்து இட்ஸ் என்டையர்லி டிஃப்ரெண்ட். ஏன்னா நம்ம கோஸ்ட் பத்தி பாத்தீங்கன்னா பெனின்சுலர் கோஸ்ட் நம்மளுது.
ஆமா.
So it is வந்து ஒரு 135 million
ஷெல்டர் பெல்ட் நிறைய இடத்துல சார்
plate. Indian plate வந்து separate plate. It was a separate plate. So it is collided to the Central Asian plate. ஸோ ஓவர் அ பீரியட் ஆஃப் டைம் நம்ம ரெயின்ஃபால் வரும்போது அங்க எல்லாமே வந்து போய் கடல்ல கலக்கிறதுனால அந்த சைடுல வந்து மரங்கள் வந்து அவ்வளவா கிடையாது. Once rivers formation happened, ma'am, that time only whenever the river and the sea, when it is connecting, that particular area கழிமுகம் சொல்லுவோம்.
ஆமா, மேங்க்ரோவ்
எண்ணூர் கழிமுகம். ஸோ அந்த கழிமுகம் காடுகள் அந்த இடத்துலதான் வந்து மரங்கள் நிறைய இருக்கு.
இப்போ கொஞ்சம் கோஸ்டல் ஷெல்டர் பெல்ட்னு நிறைய இடத்துல அந்த டிசாஸ்டருக்காக பண்றாங்க. கோஸ்டல் டிசாஸ்டர் பிரிவென்ஷனுக்காக பண்றாங்க. பட் அதர் நேச்சுரலா அது இல்லங்கற, அது மேபி நீங்க சொன்ன ரீசன்.
அந்த பிளாட்டோ வந்து நம்மளுக்கு அந்த பிளேட் வந்து அந்த மாதிரி அது வந்து மழை சென்ட்ரல் பிளேட்ல பெய்யும் போது அப்படியே வடிஞ்சு போயிருது. அதனால அங்க வந்து இருந்த இடத்த வந்து நம்ம வந்து டிஸ்ட்ராய் பண்ணிட்டோம். இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா டிராபிக்கல் ட்ரை எவர்கிரீன் ஃபாரஸ்ட்னு சொல்லுவோம், TDEF. That TDEF itself is a endangered forest now. கோஸ்டல்ல ஃபுல்லாவே வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா TDF தான் இருந்தது, டிராபிக்கல் ட்ரை எவர்கிரீன் ஃபாரஸ்ட். That entire TDF is an endangered forest now.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.